Oh, as is tradition, I am horrifically sleep deprived, but I can't sleep. So, today we're going to play something nice and casual. Welcome to Mini Metro. This is a game I used to play when I was about to go to sleep. However, now that I have moved past my days of sleeping, we'll just go ahead and play it anyway. Oh, that's the wrong monitor. How do I do that if I can't see myself? Alright. So, I don't know what I was doing. That would have been a long time ago. But Mini Metro is a game about building a bus system. And so, let me just pick one here that's, let's do Chicago. Chicago. I don't know what the L is. Apparently it's an elevated train network. But basically you've got symbols that represent stop types. I believe circles are residential, triangles are commercial, and squares are like industrial centers. Square tends to be in like the middle. Ooh, or should I do Berlin? No, because Berlin's got that weird island. Budapest, I feel like it's really nasty. Let's just do Chicago. No challenge modes or anything like that. So, you've got stop types, circle, triangle, square, and I've also got 3 lines, 3 different routes that my trains are going to follow. So, you can see that circle wants to send, circle's got travelers of both types. You won't get circle to circle because obviously if someone's already in a residential area, they're not going to need to travel to residential. They're going out and then they'll come back home. So, here in the beginning, it's going to be really straightforward. One bit of difficulty here is going to be the bridges. These dotted areas are bridges that have automatically been used, but you'll see that if I move this back in, it'll give me one of my bridges back. However, now this one up here is completely neglected. So, what do we do about that? Well, what I could do is have one line that runs here. That way we remove the bridge right here. And that'll work for now. The music in this game is generated based on the colors of the trains, the load that each train is carrying. Oh, and one other thing, whenever you have a circuit like this, it can be good to put a train going both directions. However, that means that now I cannot have a yellow line until I get another one. Another train, that is, which I will here shortly. The orange line is definitely not pulling its weight here, so I'm thinking let's maybe have them link up here instead. However, one thing I need to observe is that the orange line is the only one that has the square, and so that single train is responsible for all of the square passengers. You'll always get another train at the start of the next week. I don't really need a new line. A carriage can be attached to your train. I think it adds like a whole second car to it. Yeah. And so that'll help with this one being able to move more squares. And we'll just hold on to the extra locomotive for now. This won't be the only square forever. I just realized I should probably have my cursor capture on. It's always tough with these circles. Like, you want each line to have one of each destination type, ideally, so they can kind of offload their own passengers and not have to rely on a transfer or an interchange. You can also do stuff like this. Oh, that's new. A little almond-shaped one. Looks like a football. And a lot of the time when you start to get these specialty ones like this, because now any football passengers from the red line are going to clog up the orange line. So what you can do is, yeah, you can already see that this interchange right here is getting really busy. So one thing you can do is make a new line that just kind of acts as an express. And so it'll be the only one that touches here. It's not going to be concerned with squares. This triangle down here will be for squares. That's unfortunate. That just means that orange is going to have to take on more of the square passengers now. Oh, that's right. That was why I put orange. Okay, what if instead of that, we have yellow handle that, and then orange wouldn't even need to mess with this at all. Yeah, that seems good. Interchange, that's going to make the busiest stations swap out passengers faster. But I am going to get another carriage, because when you start getting these huge residential circuits like this, you're going to need room for all your passengers. Like, eventually I would like to use the yellow one for a relief interchange, like right here. But as you can see that now, this one's starting to get busy as well. Yeah. But what if I made that the center point? Orange is responsible for squares, but it can also handle its own circles and triangles. Thinking about how I want to handle that. Having red go in right here is definitely inefficient, but you don't want them to cross like that or it's going to slow them down. So maybe something like that. Man, I am extremely tired. Okay, yellow's too important. I can't just have yellow go out to there, so, I mean, I don't like that. I really don't want to keep it that way, but that might work. But now we're in a two interchange situation for hang on. So I have that one hit there. Okay, so we got squares building up there because orange needs to pick them up. It'll pick them up on the way back by here in a second. Red is definitely way overwhelmed though. Locomotive, let's get a new line. I'm actually going to pause for a minute. I try to avoid pausing just because it's, you know, more fun to play it on the fly, but I'm pretty slow right now. So we've got the green line. Why don't we split up this residential nonsense a little bit more? Unattach it from all these. We'll declare this to be a major interchange. Get another circuit going right here. And then think that'll actually work pretty well, because then green can pull some of the load from the overall square traffic. Yellow is still the only one responsible for the football, but the other thing I have to remember is that the circle traffic from these longer non-circuit routes will overwhelm the car capacity. So you try to time it to where whenever one's way over here, then you start the other one. Need some more bridges as well. Or would it be better to... It doesn't matter. Yeah, having the two squares right here next to each other is really unfortunate. See, if I made that an interchange, it wouldn't be mad right now. But, oh, red needs to handle triangles somehow. Do it like that. What was the other one? What just popped up? Was it this? I don't remember. Or I didn't notice, I guess. Yeah, orange is going to continue to be a problem. But what if I was to do, I don't know, something like that? And so then green... I don't have any bridges is the problem. If I were to do this, it would require 2 bridges. We can't do that. Okay, now orange is also responsible for hospital traffic. That's going to be a problem. So we got a couple problems here. I don't have any bridges, so I can't really make... Yeah, because see, when you start crossing over all these, that's when you run out of bridges. That would be interesting. If I had... So instead of having yellow go all the way out here... No, I still think that's probably best. I'm not a civil engineer. I know that this kind of like traffic management stuff gets into graph theory and max flow, min flow optimization, and I'll be honest, even if I knew it, which maybe I did once upon a time, but I would not be able to recall it right now. That being said, God, I wish I had a square up here. I don't have enough bridges for... Oh, it's already Saturday, so let's ride it out and see... Yeah, green's getting completely fucked. Maybe we should transition that interchange over to here, but then that's going to put all the, like, migration traffic on... Okay, let's get another line. Let's pause it again. One mistake that people will make on this is trying to just redesign everything at once. That never works. So what I'm thinking is we need some kind of relief on the green line. The circuit's too wide, there's too much traffic, and it has to carry it between these different lines. However, red is also stretched too thin. Arguably so is yellow, and so it's becoming difficult to find a good option. Actually, now, see, if I could get green up here, I think that would help. Red's just in a tough spot. Fortunately, there's not a lot of traffic coming from red right now. Maybe green just needs another locomotive. Since it's a circuit, having one going the other way might be all that I need. No, because that's waiting on triangles. Yeah, let's see what happens. So as soon as I get the chance, I'm going to mark that triangle as an interchange. And hopefully green is a bit better supported now. Now orange is too slow. I'm not going to let orange handle circle traffic anymore. Or I'm going to have it go here instead because it's faster. Jesus Christ. Maybe that's a trait of Chicago or something, is that all the squares are in one area. That doesn't seem common. I would love for yellow to be a circuit on its own island, but I don't have the bridges for it. Or do I? I might actually, because of this new line that I have. So we'll have yellow be a circuit, and then maybe have the football to triangle. Do football to triangle to square as just like an explicit relief line. Yeah, I think this might be good. I'm thinking this would actually be more efficient like this. But now see, the red is dumping shit all over the place. I really need red to come over here. In which case it might make more sense for green to come out here. That way red can drop that and... Blue is not going to be pulling much weight for right now. It's more of an emergency fit. Well, actually, there's no car on blue, so it's not doing anything. Let's try this. It's going to be close. There you go. That's a little better. I guess I could also have this one skip that square now. Jesus. Okay, now red's completely hosed. Red's hosed because of it being all circles. That's a common problem. But what do I do about it? Have a second one going this way. Because really the only reason to go clockwise here would be to get to the Pentagon. I don't have a lot of Pentagon traffic. Yeah, it's because of having all these squares over here. So that triangle interchange is going to fail. Yeah, my goodness. Yeah, that's just crazy. So, that's fine. We'll do another one that's maybe not as extreme. I was wanting to find those stats that I closed too quickly, but I guess they're gone. Tokyo, or is it I think it's Osaka that does the Shinkansen? Yeah, the Shinkansen is a special bullet train. I always think this one's pretty neat. Now you'll see there's a lot of islands over here, but Japan uses tunnels, so I don't know what difference that makes. We'll find out. Holy, why? And this is literally just preference. The length of the line doesn't change. But I try to break them out as much as I can. It's easier to kind of see the assignment of everything. Actually, give me that purple one back. It's not ideal, but these ones that have like really long routes will be the first ones that I give the Shinkansen to. I think the Shinkansen comes in on like week 3, but it might be immediate, we'll see. But yeah, kind of structuring it off the same basic principles as last time. Make sure each line has access to every non-specialty destination type. That way the cars don't get clogged up with basic traffic. And I know I'm getting super analytical about it just because I'm doing a Let's Play. I want to keep my monologue going, but when I would play this before bed, it was very much just chilling. Not a lot of thought, just kind of adjusting here and there as needed. I also played in endless mode a lot more, where you get upgrades as your passengers per second goes up. Two locomotives or a Shinkansen? Do the 2 locomotives for right now. Give me another line. I want to be adaptable right now. The Shinkansen is fun, and I will be putting it on the blue line probably. Just not yet. In fact, we'll go ahead and pop this on right there. Holy shit. That all counts as one bridge, fortunately. As long as you don't have a stop, it just, I guess the idea is that it has a huge raised bridge that just kind of goes through. Now if it's a tunnel? I don't know how that works in Japan, if they have like underwater tunnels. So if blue is going to be a Shinkansen, I could have blue go up to that triangle, but right now it's going to be more efficient to have purple do it, so. Let's get some relief on red. In fact, the Shinkansen could probably cover this entire route once I get it assigned. Only problem is going to be specialty traffic. Yeah, especially now that that's there. Of course, these are in a straight line, so I can't just have something that hits all 3 of those. Jeez. So... see, purple's already getting bogged down with Pentagon traffic. This is not ideal. See, alright, so I think ideally I would have a high locomotive count on my main circuit here that's going to run through like all my major ones like that. Or all my basic ones rather, like that. We'll have a small interchange here for the 2 specialty lines or specialty destinations. And then the square is still going to be the major interchange. I could extend purple to here though. That would relieve blue quite a bit. That way blue could take on the circle. But you can see it's already getting a bit out of hand on the red line. Okay, so let's get a Shinkansen and a... Well, I already clicked it, whoops. So I'm gonna wait to choose one for the interchange. For right now, let's get the Shinkansen put on the blue line with... I was going to do a carriage, that's right, but I accidentally chose the interchange. So the Shinkansen is going to go there. I'll leave the other car. No, because I think the other car is going to slow down the Shinkansen. Where's the other red car? Right there. That there. I do have another line I could break out. I might make a little circuit down here. So for that, I guess that's going to be the best option, and that's going to afford me another refunded tunnel. In fact, I think because of how this is structured, yeah, I could do that without a tunnel. But then if I did it like that, it would require a tunnel. This is not ideal, I'm just considering options. Alright, we're going to need to break out the green line. So, how about instead of having purple do that, let's have green handle this. I'll do it this way so we don't have to worry about the tunnel. And then maybe have it hit this as well. That's going to relieve a lot of distance for red. Yeah. And then instead of that, but now red's going to have to bring all of its specialty traffic to the square. We were trying to avoid that. Maybe not though. Casino Blue's getting bogged down with basic traffic, and that's not what we want. Look at that Shinkansen hauling ass. Maybe the island traffic is a bit lower. That's kind of what it seems like. This triangle here is just kind of serving as relief for red if it has square or diamond traffic. This, what would you call that? I know this shape has a name, I'm just going to call it a teardrop. I feel like it's a stretch to have purple cover all of this, but I still kind of want to try it. I do have an extra bridge. Or tunnel. Problem is I also don't want to overload my Shinkansen with basic traffic. I kind of want it to stay focused. What What if I had the Shinkansen do something like that, and then remove it from down here? Let it go down to the Pentagon, but not any further. I could even have it skip this. Another Shinkansen for sure. And probably another line, although the problem is anytime I choose to not get extra tunnels, they start just reaming me with island traffic. So we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm thinking. Yeah, it won't let me do that. So, a couple questions here. Do I want to use my new line? And if so, what could I have it do? I could have it just connect the specialty lines and then maybe relieve some circle traffic. No, I don't want it to have circle traffic. That gap there, that means it's going to slow down when it goes over that stop, but let me see how much slower it is. Oh, never mind. It just bypasses it. Okay, so that's not bad at all. Okay, so now pink is handling the specialty traffic. Blue can focus more on, well, it can balance more. Because pink not having any triangle traffic is going to help a lot. Crazy that red isn't struggling yet, but it kind of is. We're getting that circle fatigue going on. Might need to split this up a little bit more. Purple's pulling its weight relatively well. Green needs another card desperately. Maybe we'll just have to double dip on these for right now. That would help a lot. That. I think that's going to tighten things up pretty well. I do have a tunnel. I could put the purple Shinkansen on a circuit. About to be week 5. Or 6 or 8, I don't know. I don't remember what week it is. 5. I think we need 2 more locomotives for just the sheer number of people out here. I am going to get more tunnels this time, even if it doesn't look like that's going to work better. So you can have a max of 4 cars or 4 locomotives per line. Thinking... No, let me actually look at it for a second. Oh, right. I did just say that green needs another car, so if we just do that. Yeah, the purple Shinkansen is just decimating the specialty traffic, so... I mean, I could do something dumb. do something dumb and have that stop going over there altogether. Have this stretch out that way, and then, yeah, do something like this. That's going to put a lot more load on green, but yeah, that's really not ideal. Now I'm double dipping in a lot of stuff here. Having purple not touch circle might actually work better, but purple's not really struggling. Purple's actually perfectly fine. So what if instead of that I have this covered there, and then I almost want to try this. And then just let purple handle the square traffic for green. Yeah, the purple and pink cars are really fast. They just don't have a lot of room in them. So pink is the only one doing that. No, blue is also doing it, but blue is so preoccupied with circle traffic that it can't really do that. Actually, this is relatively stable. I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, let's see. Now the problem you find yourself with is that pink is too preoccupied with specialty traffic, and now blue is the only one that can hit this. You could add red there, or even purple. Actually, purple is still doing just fine. Why don't I have purple go down there? The Shinkansen is just crazy fast. I think purple will still get there in time. It's going to be close. There you go. Another Shinkansen, please, and thank God a carriage. Again, I don't think that the Shinkansen will pass a locomotive. But they kind of have to, right? Like if I have a straight line route and I want to have more than one car on it, they have to pass each other at some point. Now this is starting to look like a metro map a little bit. I want a carriage on whatever is my most highly loaded Shinkansen, which would be purple. Or green. But green's not a Shinkansen. No, it would be purple. Because right here, when it hits this, it's going to pick up a whole bunch of stuff. Now, where is my next Shinkansen going to go? I'm going to try putting it on green, actually, because I think that when they pass each other, it is actually pretty smooth. Let's see right here. Yeah, they slow down a little bit, but honestly, the Shinkansen is so fast that it's not that noticeable. Wow, look at that thing go. So red's starting to get bogged down again. and just give it a slow roller to like help with that triangle traffic at the major interchange. This one down here is a problem too. There's also a car version of this game that was made as a follow-up. It's called Mini Motorways. I'll probably look at that one next. But this is a pretty solid little run here. There we go. Yeah, that's a good play. In fact, I'll have both of the Shinkansens go up there. Wait, blue's not a Shinkansen. Never mind. It should still make it there, right? I don't want to put too much responsibility on purple, but so far it hasn't had a problem handling it. I knew it was going to be a problem dumping the square traffic on this circle here, but okay, now that's going to be interesting. Alright. One more relief line with the Shinkansen. So obviously red is struggling a lot. I wonder if I could just like split red right there or something, and then it wouldn't have to worry about that. No, because I like having this as a dumping ground for red because of how big its circuit is. And see, that's the other problem, is red's filling up too quickly. Yeah, I need another car on pink now. If I do this, oh no, that's fine actually. Now the biggest problem, well, I mean, red is still a huge problem. I think if I'm gonna do that, I'm better off doing it this way. But now that's gonna make a huge mess out of everything in the middle there. I did not really expect that circle to the southeast of the square to become such a bottleneck. Why is that happening? Is red dumping all of its stuff on its clockwise route? Do I have... oh, purple is dumping its hospital traffic there. That's not good. Yeah, we really would like for that to go at least a little bit further down. That'll consolidate red pretty nicely. Brown is going to be a mess, but it's alright. It was a temporary relief, and now it can assist with this instead. Pink does not need to go that far anymore. Neither does blue, really. Pink and brown can handle the hospital traffic. let blue focus on, because blue's not a Shinkansen. We'll have it focus on just these. It can handle this island traffic. I would actually like for the pink Shinkansen to handle that island traffic. And then I could get purple out of here completely. That way it can focus on other stuff. Now we're in a situation where brown is the only option for these heavily congested ones. Let's see what this does. Yeah, let's see. Brown is just having to skip by everyone because it's full. Kind of feels like I need this here. Does brown not hit any? Oh, it does. It hits triangles right there. Let's do this. Well, now the Shinkansen is here, and so it's all taken care of. Wow. Yeah, a lot of those circles ended up turning into interchanges. Maybe I just double dipped too much on them. But here, let's have a look at the stats this time. So let's compare waiting time. Yeah, that always goes up. And transfers per trip. Yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of, was that I was creating too many interchanges and that their number of transfers would go up. Let's see. Used versus total capacity. I mean, I was using all of my trains for most of the time, so did I just not have enough trains, or wait time versus station count? It's interesting because my wait time went up almost immediately. Sorry, I got a gnat in here. Yeah, wait time skyrocketed almost immediately. It only got up to 9 minutes. And it started at like 6. But yeah, this was definitely what killed it. Was the number of transfers. So trip distance. Trip distance implies that there's too much double dipping. The tracks are too long. Track length? But, that's interesting. Having track length go up over time makes sense, and that was a relatively linear change. And then angry passengers, I'm sure, skyrocketed alongside transfers per trip. Pretty much. Well, okay, so while all this was happening, it was just tolerable. The system was still working, but then once the transfers skyrocketed, that was when the angry passengers followed it. Population versus stations. Okay, that's good. This means the game was playing fair. It wasn't giving me a ton of population on top of like increasing the number of stations. The average passengers per station was the same. Did my capacity account for it? It did. And I was using all of my capacity, right? I don't know what this would tell me. Now that's interesting. Trip distance is kind of random. Or at least chaotic. Did trip distance follow transfers? No. Well, actually, yeah, it did. It was just offset by a fixed amount. Until this. Did the stations suddenly increase? No. Wait time? Yeah, see, wait time was always high. Even, like, well, no, it kind of followed the, let's see. Trip distance. Yeah, trip distance and wait time. Well, wait time, though, that would mean that you're stuck at a specific interchange. That should more follow this. And it doesn't. Yeah, this is so interesting to me how it immediately skyrocketed. That must be when it was adding, or wait, I guess that's the first reading, isn't it? So it just always had a high wait time. I'm guessing that's because it almost immediately started popping stuff up out in the, out on the islands. So let's go. Population to wait time. So considering that day 3 is really the first proper reading, it was pretty unstable even as population increased. It was like there was an unavoidable starting wait time because of how it was doing the station locations. Did wait time follow trip distance? Yeah, it did. And then angry passenger and wait time. So angry passenger is fine until it isn't, basically. And so this was probably me relieving something. Angry passengers is actually not a very good metric by what I'm seeing here because the changes that you make are reactionary to it. But anyway, there's your little analysis. A lot of good data there. I could continue this in endless mode, but we're already at an hour in a casual play. So I'll go ahead and cut it here. Mini Metro is a good game. It's available on mobile. I have it on mobile. The controls are a little difficult on mobile, but if you have a relatively large phone, like this is a Pixel 7, it's not huge by any means, but if you do have a large phone or like what's the Samsung one that has the folding screen? Is it the Edge? I would imagine it would work better on that one. So yeah, I'm going to cut the episode here for Mini Metro. I do highly recommend picking this up if you just want something casual. I played on 2 of the harder maps, but if you just go to London or I think Paris is another one that's really easy, you'll get much further than this. I think I've gotten to day 70 something in London. So yeah, give it a shot. I love little casual games like this before bed. Unfortunately, there is no such thing as before bed for me right now, but maybe one of these days I'll remember how to sleep before my brain just collapses. So, anyway, I'm going to go be delirious. Thanks y'all for watching. Take care of yourselves. Drink water. Please sleep on my behalf. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.